This is the beast of nature, the freak, Rob Terry.
Hi, I'm OVW official Josh Ashcraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Triple Threat Talk. I'm Dean Hill.
This is Ricky Chevy, and I'm the blue-collar millionaire.
I'm Mr. Peck. God, that's great every time. Spectacular.
We're the Broner Brothers.
I am the One Go Revolution, Taylor Hendricks.
This is Brandon Espinoza.
I'm the Assassin.
I'm Bruno Raul Limata.
I'm James Moose Thomas.
I'm Shiloh Jones.
My name is Ron Head. I'm the announcer for OVW.
I'm Jamin Olivencia.
I'm Alex Silva. I'm Rocco Bellagio.
I'm Kerry Bodie, the Ohio Valley Wrestling fan advocate.
Raphael Constantine. I'm Rand Perez. My name's Muhammad Ali. Baez.
I'm Paradise.
This is Jack Black.
This is Ohio Valley Wrestling. Referee Chris Sharp.
This is Sexy Sean Casey. I'm Chris Silvio.
This is Michael Hayes. This is Jason Wayne.
And you're watching Triple Threat Talk.
And welcome everyone to yet another exciting edition of Triple Threat Talk, episode 70. Wow. How are you guys? 70. We're only 970 episodes behind Raw. We can do it. 930.
We've got more than 1,000 now by then.
Well,
I know, but
I'm trying to make a point.
point not made.
Shut up. Anyways, as we always do, we will defer.
Before we use a question, how's your head, by the way?
It feels better, thank you. A couple Tylenol, dry on out. Thanks, not to you,
What?
jackass.
Whoa. We'll get more into that later.
Now wait a minute. Now wait just a minute. Now you know you deserved it.
Save it for a
You deserved it.
This coming from a guy who ripped his uniform straight out of Saturday Night Fever. Come on, little Travolta.
That was Dapper.
Save it for OVW.
Dorky. I don't know about
OVW
that.
coverage, fella.
All right, let's save it for OVW.
Save it.
All right.
Big B.
We're gonna go to this man for
Big
user
B.
questions.
Yes, Postmaster.
From against.
Or whatever you're calling yourself down there.
Jay Lame.
You done now?
Yes, I'm
Can
done.
we get the show started?
Yes, we can get
Would you
the
quit
show
running your mouth for 2 seconds?
Yes,
You
no.
wrote on the show.
Against All Odds 20 wants to know, Big B.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the DLC announcement for WWE 13?
It's-
He feels pumped for one, but he hopes they don't screw it up like they did in 12.
Now, before he answers the question, against all odds, he and I actually know nothing about this, so this one's solely Big B.
Well, he asked it directly to Big B,
That's
so
true.
you got that right. Smart, good move
right.
there.
I don't think they screwed with WWE12 as much as you're saying. I had some good DLC for that game. I can't remember every one I did. But I like the DLC they have for 13. I'm not going to name everybody because honestly I can't remember them all. But they did some good people like The Godfather's in the DLC, DDP I like, Brian Pillman, a couple people here and there. I know what you're doing, so stop it. But again,
Really? He's in the game? What's his character doing? I know what you're doing, so stop it.
walked into that one. But I do like the fact. Or like us on Facebook.
We're having fun.
No, but I do like the inclusion of a lot of Attitude Era people. They did a really good job with the Attitude Era people, like Too Cool, Rikishi. You can go to WWE.thq/roster for the roster for NBA 13. They have some really good stuff. They're going to release the DLC periodically throughout the year from when the game drops in October through January. So it should be good stuff. It should be good stuff.
I think that hit to the head made him more stupid than he already was. What do you think? He's lost his mind over it. He's giving bunny ears to Top Dino.
I think it could be something he did over the weekend. That could be why he's like that.
Yeah, it could be. Also from Against All Odds 20.
We're gonna get some drinks afterwards? Come on, drinks?
Hey, you know what you do if you
someone's riding your
coattails?
You change the code.
Oh my
Best
god.
promo line ever.
Change the code.
Okay, all right.
Vomit.
Hold on. We're gonna hit the brekes for just a second.
no,
I'll give you the question. No. We're gonna hit the brakes.
No brakes.
We're gonna hit the
Breaks.
brakes.
It's too early for a break. We're not in 15 minutes yet.
We're not taking a commercial break. We're gonna pump the brakes here. These two have been writing me for a line that I delivered. And I'm going to set this up, and I want you, the Triple Threat Talk user fan, don't play favorites, because this is a good promo, okay? Stop it. Don't influence them. This is a serious vote. Okay.
It's a stinker.
So we're filming promos for the homecoming. Miles and I were talking about Austin and Jay Lame over here. And basically, Miles had said that Austin, I'm setting this up for you, that Austin was riding his coattails during training camp. Now, to which I said, you know what, brother? And I said it just like this. I said, you know what, brother? You know what you do when someone's riding your coattails? You change the coat. That is a great line. These two didn't think so. Everybody, well, Austin didn't, but these two and Austin did not. Everybody else thought it was a great, cool line. It's just, no one said it before. And, I thought it was pretty good at the time. But everybody else seemed to like it. So I want your feedback on that. Continue user questions, please, sir.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
So from Against All Odds 20, that we went on that unneeded rant.
Shut up, Lane.
How do you guys think WWE could change to make Raw 50% wrestling, 50% promos?
This is kind of a baffling question because what he said is like, we're Raw 50% wrestling, meaning matches last more than 5 minutes. Last time I checked, the match Dolphs. Anyone had was more than 5 minutes. Match Sheamus had with Wade Barrett and Damian Cena was more than 5 minutes, so I know what he's talking about. And then segments meaning segments lasting less than an hour. I'm pretty sure segments aren't lasting an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where he's going with this.
I think what he's trying to... I don't know. Against All Odds, I'm usually with you on your questions here.
This one has us bad.
This one's kind of weird.
What the heck is going on with you now?
We're not laughing at you, Against All Odds.
What was that about?
There's a picture of my personal trainer caught with his pants down.
Oh, yes.
Take your pants up, Ted.
Anyways, we usually agree with your question. I mean, you have good questions. This one is a good question. I think I can see where you're coming from, but I'm not there yet. Yeah, there's a few too many segments, I think, is what you're trying to say. It's not really 50%. But even then, he's saying try to make it.
Yeah.
I mean...
But I haven't seen...
Are you trying to say... We'll answer this question next week, probably a little bit more specific, and Postmaster might have something on there. But clarify if you mean that you would like to see the segments go up, which is what I think you might be trying to say.
The thing I was kind of confused about is when you said matches more than 5 minutes. I've never seen a match with two male wrestlers last less than 5 minutes.
And that's true.
Divas matches, yes. But I've never seen a match with two superstars last less than 5 minutes.
That part is true. That observation is true. But I'm trying to determine here if what you're trying to say is you would like to see the segments go up.
Maybe here's what I'm getting from this question. Here's what I got from what I grabbed from this question is that maybe he means the wrestling is kind of dull, and maybe only 5 minutes of it is good. Maybe that's what he said. I don't know.
Dull.
And maybe the segments are dragging out. That's maybe what he means. That's probably what he's talking about.
I mean, I think it's a good mixture. I mean, it does seem like some weeks they have a lot more promo stuff than others. But they've always been like that. Even when they were 2 hours, there were some weeks they had a lot more promos.
Well, I mean, we'll get into Raw.
I don't disagree and I don't agree. I'm kind of like,
why show Pepsi?
I do it every time. It's my shout out to Pepsi.
I don't necessarily. I guess I will say I am on the fence about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into Raw when we talk about but I'm saying I'm liking what they're doing right now.
Right.
I think they're going good with Ryan back and right stuff. So.
From the Buck in 5.
The Buck stops here.
I heard a rumor that either Ryback will face Undertaker at WrestleMania, or that Undertaker will not be there at all. What do you think of those?
The rumor that Taker won't be there is actually getting stronger and stronger by the day. They're saying he might not be ready for WrestleMania. He might be still taking time off because Michelle McCool just had a baby. They might be spending time, taking care of the kid. I don't know if Taker's going to be there or not because, I mean, Taker's body language has deteriorated the last couple of years. After his matches, he doesn't show up till like Rumble or later. So I could see the possibility of him not showing up. It would be weird to not see Taker WrestleMania. I mean that match against Triple H could have been his last one. I mean, he's 20-0, a good solid even number. So, I mean, it'd be an interesting thing to have Ryback face him because if they keep this thing going streak versus streak, but I don't know. Right now, I'd see Ryback being there more than Undertaker, to be honest with you. I don't know if Taker's ready to go right now.
Well, I mean, I would like this situation, Ryback versus The Undertaker, but, I just think that maybe a younger, stronger Ryback might be... I mean, he might actually be able to hurt, Undertaker for real.
The question is, if this goes down the road, it would go down, where Ryback would face Undertaker, you have to look at it this way. The last 4 punts he's faced are future Hall of Famers. Well, one's already Hall of Famer, Shawn Michaels. You have to go into the match having the sense of, Taker can possibly lose this match. 25, I was on the fence. Michaels could have won, but 26, I thought he was going to win. And there's times during every single one of those matches the last 4 years that you thought Taker was going to lose.
Not really this year.
Well,
this year you kind of squashed Triple H.
Well, I'm just saying. There's
to
been
make up for Triple H losing him.
That time at 28, where Triple H did the pedigree, Michaels did the super kick, I thought Taker was done. And I think everyone else did. I think you did too. And, there has to be that belief in the match where, can Ryback beat this guy? Even though he's over right now, I don't think they'd get to that point. I don't think there'd be a point in the match where Ryback could possibly see him winning.
I've never thought he was going to lose ever.
Really?
Ever.
Okay.
It's WrestleMania. It's The Undertaker. He's not going to lose. He's not going to. They're not going to take that away from him. He will remain undefeated. He will retire undefeated. Just like, I don't care what people say. If people say it's going to happen, they will make sure, as long as the right people are in power, that nobody, absolutely nobody, breaks Ric Flair's record.
Ric Flair.
Yeah, I'm comparing things like, Ric Flair's 16.
Triple H came close.
Yeah, but he didn't do it.
Right.
And everybody saying, well, John Cena's going to do it. No, he won't.
No, I don't think he's going to get much touch. He's close to getting done, I think. So he's not much left.
So, from the Jeffrey Caster, do you guys think The Rock deserves to get a title match?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think a guy that no disrespect to Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He is as good as they come. He was as good as you can get in the Attitude Era. Let's not forget that, okay? But the fact is, he's gone for God knows how long, comes back, faces Johnson at WrestleMania, beats him, and then a couple weeks later, not a couple weeks later, but a little down the road, he says, oh, by the way, whoever champion is at Roman Bomb and face for the title.
Yeah, you don't get to choose that. You have to earn your spot.
That's what I agree with that. And the thing that really gets me mad, that talent pool in WWE is so deep. So deep. But they give a shot to The Rock. That is a slap in the face of everybody in that company that is trying the hardest to get a spot. The Rock has been done wrestling really at his peak since the late 2000, like 2005. Okay? Ever since then, The Rock is not The Rock anymore. The Rock is just there for Legends appearances. And a Legends contract, what if Shawn Michaels won WWE title? I wouldn't be happy with that. He's had his time in the sun. He's done. Why give The Rock a shot? They have so many people that can get shots. Why give The Rock a chance? That's not fair to everybody else. It's not fair. It's really not.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think The Rock had his time. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to be more gimmicky and bring a star back who's still in great shape, who can still put on a great show. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't see him. I don't think he's earned a title shot.
The Rock shares something in common with another R word, and that's ratings, and that's why they would do it, and that is the only reason they would do it. Yeah. Because they know that you put The Rock in a title shot at Royal Rumble, it's going to bring ratings.
Yeah, it's going to get a huge
buy rate. They're not dumb. They do it.
No, they're not dumb. They're far from dumb.
And finally, from the son of Sis, and I think this might be one of those, we're not ignoring it.
We're just ignoring it for now.
Just ignoring it for now, but I will address the question. The son of Sis wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Kansas City chumps, and I call them chumps, the fans in the stadium, cheering Matt Castle for getting hurt?
Yeah,
I'm going to save it for later. I have one word: despicable.
Yeah,
son of Sis, we are not ignoring your question, but we are gonna. It was one of our topics in the NFL side of things.
Absolutely.
So we will get to that a little later.
Right.
So with that, we turn it over to the Doc Ock.
The Doc Ock.
To anoint this week's user of the week.
You know what? Even though you knew we were going to talk about it on the show, and we haven't quite answered the question yet, we're going to answer it later.
Okay.
I do like this question. I like that he had the balls enough to bring it up on the show anyways. So this week's Viewer of the Week,
good choice.
Mr. Son of Sis. Congratulations. You are this week's Triple Threat Talk Viewer of the Week.
And with that, we're going to take a short time out.
Come on.
And when we come back, we'll get into headlines right after this.
Oh, babe, check this out. Hey, come on. You want a little chippy? You want a Dorito? Are you hungry? I want to get a Dorito.
Babe, don't hurt my dog.
Come on, get a chip. Come on, get a chip. Get a chip. Come on. Where are we going?
And we're back here on Triple Threat Talk. I am Postmaster Jones. This is the Jack Wagon, and this is Big B.
Gary the Doctor.
Circle the Jack.
This is Jimmy Postmaster Jones, Gary the Doctor, and Brandon Big B DeMuro.
Too many names to keep track.
So, Big B.
Yes, Jay Blame or whatever.
Jay Lame.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Bean? Roll the bean.
Doctor, give me the news. I got the bad case of the headline blues.
Oh yeah. Can you feel that? Oh yeah.
I feel uncomfortable is what I feel.
You know what? That fits him though. That dance, that crappy get-up he was wearing on Sunday.
What? All the purple streamers. Look like a pinata.
Connections call. They wanted to sign him for a contract.
Where was your stick to bean? It looked like a pinata.
Yeah.
Anyways. That's why I call him Jay Lame.
Headlines, fellas.
Headlines, baby! Yeah, we like the headlines.
You can find his notes.
Can find my notes.
Find your notes.
This. Hold on.
And there it is.
I'm discombobulated.
Of course you are.
A little bit of sad news to start us off here. Passing of Alex Karras, 60 and 70s Detroit Lions defensive tackle, who then spent a few short years on the Webs.
It was an ABC show, Webster. It's very popular. But anyway.
The ALDS. I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at the short show Webster.
Yeah, for sure, I get it.
Oh, come on.
And all that being said, I was joking. Alex Karras died of kidney failure. He was 77 years old. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely a sad
He's a legend. I'm
definitely a sad passing.
When he told me about it, the name rang a bell, and I knew he was a defender. I forgot for which team, but I knew he was a very good defender.
Yeah, he was very good.
So definitely
thoughts and prayers.
Utmost respect and thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
The ALDS, Orioles and Yankees are up right now.
It's tied right
They're
now.
tied.
Well, last time I checked, it was 2-1 Orioles.
2-1 Orioles right now. This is live. This is why we don't really have the scores in front of us.
More than likely, by the end of the show, you will know who the winner is.
The A's and Tigers, I don't think they haven't even thrown out first pitch yet.
They just started.
They're in Oakland. Yeah, they're in Oakland.
So 3 hours behind.
National League Divisional Series.
Jeez and crackers.
The Cardinals, both 1 and 2 seeds of the entire playoffs, are in some trouble. Yeah. The Cardinals beat the Nationals 8-0.
Look at it this way.
To take the series lead at 2-1.
Look at this one before you go to the next series. Last 2 games, the Cardinals outscored the Nationals 20-4. Yeah.
Now,
that's some big bats there.
The Reds and the Giants. Today, the Giants win 8-3 to tie the series at 2-2 with 1 more to play at Cincinnati.
Giants are getting hot.
If the Reds lose, I will be mad, but I will not be as mad about it if the Nationals lose their series too, because they're the number 1 seed, also losing to a play-in team. Yeah. So
Giants are
that's what the
playoffs are about. You get hot at the right time.
Yeah. Now. Sandusky.
Oh, not this again!
We're back on it. This should be the last we hear of it in a while. The verdict came down. Guilty and gets at least 30 years.
That's about 16 years more than normal.
Yeah, that is true.
What?
I like it. And now, this is about the time that we turn to Postmaster for our weekly NASCAR update.
I'm going left!
Well... apparently they were going left, right,
upside down,
inside out. Big B.
I saw that footage.
Someone take a look at the footage.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Dog leg, the triangle, most vulnerable part of the racetrack. Here we go. Last lap, 4 wide. Tony Stewart does a block. Can't blame him, going for the win, and it just causes complete calamity.
Wow. 20 cars in this pileup, but Matt Kenseth emerges from the wreck and takes the checkered flag when the caution had come out. Let's take a couple more looks at this. Ricky, take us through what happened.
55, Mike Waltrip getting a push from Casey Mears, has a run. Tony goes down to block, but he waits just a fraction of a second too long and comes across the nose of Michael Waltrip. Okay, with this smoke and with these cars piling up and you're going 200 miles an hour, there's no such thing as a defensive move, okay? There's no such thing as defensive driving. You know what you do? You brace for impact.
Well, here you see the cleanup afterwards and teammates giving each other rides and Tony Stewart getting out there. And remarkably, after the race, everybody was like, hey, that's the way it is at this rate. Kenseth first, Jeff Gordon is second.
What? Come on, please, really? Just roll the footage.
It is rolling.
Oh, thank you. My God.
Your discretion is advised. It's like a car crash out there.
It was a car crash.
Exactly.
White flag is out. Tony Stewart's leading. They're going down the backstretch to go up to turn 3.
And Tony Stewart screws it up for everybody.
25 car pile.
No, I think it was.
Half the
I think he was
field.
tweeting while it happened. I think that's what it was.
That's what it was. No,
tweeting.
Ricky Bobby got in his head. Damn you, Ricky Bobby. Damn you.
25 cars, half the field gone, like the first lap, wasn't it?
No, it was the last lap. They were coming for the checkered flag, which is crazy.
Crazy.
25 car pileup. Matt Kenseth slips through and picks up the
Pretty
win.
much, yeah.
Jeff Gordon with another second place finish. Brad Keselowski does extend his points lead on Jimmy Johnson to about 15 points. Denny Hamlin is third. And the only night race in the chase this Saturday night, the boys of Going Left go to Charlotte Motor Speedway, a race that I attended last year. It's a pretty good race, 500 miles underneath the lights. They always put on a good show out there, and Charlotte is kind of like their home track as far as like, because that's where 95% of the teams are based, is right there in the Charlotte area. So all the shops, like workers and all their family members, they all get to attend that race. So it's kind of special to be there. So.
And then also, while you're talking on this segment, I think you have an NHL labor dispute update.
Oh God, this is just bad. I mean, it's bad. They've already canceled 2 weeks of the regular season. I'm hoping with hope that they get this deal done real soon. I mean, we've already had players signing with teams overseas. You've even had some that are actually signing with minor league teams here in the United States. But there was an article today posted by Katie Strange of the ESPNNewYork.com.
She's strange.
We don't even know her. Watch it. I just read a few little sentences from here. After about 5 hours of talks in the 2 sessions on Wednesday, the NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley said the league had received indication that the NHLPA, or the Players Association...
Thank you.
I didn't know that meant.
...is putting together a proposal, and the NHL is urging the...
Will you marry me?
To make it...
Heck is in this thing.
Daley said a variety of sources, both privately and publicly, tipped off the league that the union was working towards putting forth a new offer, and that the two sides have not swapped proposals in more than 3 weeks, which is bad because, I mean, you're in a lockout and it's been 3 weeks since even a proposal was thrown out. That's kind of not good.
Right.
He says, we understand we're working on a proposal. Make it to us.
Right.
Let's not stand on formalities. If you have a proposal, make it happen.
Right. I was going to say earlier, you said they canceled 2 weeks of regular season.
Yes.
So it's kind of similar to the NBA, like where they canceled 14 games.
Right. And I'm hoping that's as far as it goes.
That's how far NBA went, so that's what you'll think.
I mean, that's what you hope. I mean, Gary Bettman, excuse my language, is a jackass. He's already cost them one season a couple years ago.
We've agreed numerous times he needs to go.
He definitely needs to go. He is the reason for a lot of this, I think, personally. I mean, NHL is on the rebound. It's very obvious for the last couple of years. NHL is definitely on the rebound. You can tell by attendance. I attended 3 or 4 National Predators games last year. It was always packed to the gills, even on a weeknight.
Right, yeah.
You know, so
people love their hockey. So.
What's that?
People love their hockey.
Absolutely. So let's get this done, NHL. I want to see some ice hockey.
You guys watch the KHL.
The Russian Hockey League?
It was on TV the other day.
I know it was.
Okay, so.
But anyway, so Doctor.
Well, with that will actually wrap up regular headlines, and as you now know, after regular headlines, we get into NFL headlines, and that's where we're heading next. And guess what? No surprise here. Roger Goodell says, Velma, guess what? You're gone again.
He's going to get paid, they said.
Yeah, he's going to get paid for the first 6 weeks of the season. Of course, he has to. He works, so he does have to get paid.
Goodell did reduce some games for some.
Yeah, he really worked. He sat on the bench and physically unable to perform.
Yeah, that's right. He worked his butt off.
Right.
RG3 got injured, but does practice. RG3, of course, went down last week. I think first quarter, didn't he?
It was 7-7 at the time it happened, and then Kirk Cousins came in.
Texas star LB linebacker Brian Cushing out for the season with an ACL injury. That is not good news for the Texans because that young man knows how to play some football.
I told him earlier, and he disagreed, but I told him that with Brian Cushing out, I think that damages the Texans' chances of winning the Super Bowl.
I don't think they were ever in contention for winning the Super Bowl.
They were in contention to get there.
They were in contention to maybe get there, maybe get to the playoffs, maybe make a 2-3 game run or 2-game run in the playoffs. But I agree. It definitely hurts their postseason a little bit.
But I think as long as they have J.J. Watt,
but they're gonna find somebody to step up. There's a lot of undiscovered talent on that Texans team. Some of the games we wanted to talk about a little bit. The Rams 17, the Cardinals 3. The Rams D did step it up a little bit.
The defense of the Rams had 9 sacks. Where was the offensive line for Kevin Kolb? Nowhere.
That's a defense. That's a undefeated team that is no mas.
Yeah, just to admit that, you know, previous week, this is like a question, where's the offensive line for the Cardinals? Previous week they played the Dolphins, 8 sacks on the Cardinals.
The Steelers 16, the Eagles 14. So the Steelers do win. And also a key thing with the Steelers here, their star running back Rashad Mendenhall came back and really put on a show that included a run-in for a touchdown.
Vic fumbled the ball twice.
Yep. A shocker.
Big upset.
Big
Packers
upset.
Struggling.
100 miles north of here at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Actually 118.
118 miles.
Thank you.
The Colts 30 on a last-second field goal. The Colts beat the Packers 30-27 as the Pack continues to struggle.
I think the Pack choked. They folded like an Italian beach chair.
Remember,
they had a 21-3 lead at halftime. And I think they were thinking, well, we got this. Let's just
easy peasy,
easy lemon squeezy. Yeah. We got it under control. Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say.
Speaking of teams that pulling shockers, the Dolphins, although they are a good team, I don't think anybody saw that they could beat Cincinnati.
Yeah, I thought Cincinnati was one of those teams that you'd think could be in the playoffs, but that game it was a bad loss.
17-3, that was a bad loss indeed. Yeah. The Ravens and the Chiefs put on Snooze Fest 2012.
That's pathetic. That is a pathetic display by the Ravens. Pathetic.
The sophomore slump continues at Carolina. Cam Newton going down. I think this bye week.
Good job, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. I mean, Wilson didn't play fantastic. He played good enough to win, but Cam Newton is struggling hard this year. He is playing really bad football.
Yeah, I think this bye week is going to help him, though.
I think so.
I think that they're going to work on some things. He just needs to settle down. Is what he needs.
He's getting too. Yeah. So.
The Patriots 31, the Broncos 21. So Tom Brady continues his ownership of Peyton Manning.
Exactly.
The Vikings really put on a clinic against Tennessee, 31-7. The Saints and the Chargers in a game where Drew Brees breaks the record for Johnny Unitas with 48 games thrown with the touchdown.
Which Sean Payton was in attendance.
The Saints rack up their first win, 31-24. The Texans do beat the Jets. They don't stomp them, but 23-17 there. And the 49ers destroy the Bills 45-3 in a game that set the 49ers franchise record at 611 yards of offense.
Yeah. Jeez. What a clinic.
Cheese and crackers. On our pick'ems this week, throw up the screen there, Big B. As you can see, I think hell is about ready to freeze over because B beat us.
Big B wins this week.
He wins.
Big B.
Congratulations are in order for sure.
Damn you, Mayans. Damn you.
But we still.
Until December,
I still hold the lead for Top Dino, followed by Postmaster, who is followed now a little bit closer by Big B.
Thank you, Seattle, and thank you, New England.
And when we come back, we're going to see how we're going to do in pick'ems for this week. Stay tuned to Triple Threat Talk.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
And welcome back here on Triple Threat Talk. We were just about to delve into Week 6. Week 6, my God.
This is why I can't stand football. It's over like that.
Yes, absolutely. So, with that, we'll start things off. The Thursday night football game of the week. And yet again, for the umpteenth week in a row on a Thursday, we get a crappy game.
Although next week's not a crappy one. Next week's not crappy.
49ers and
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
That'd be the first good Thursday night game I think we've had this year.
I think you're right.
So.
I think every Thursday night game has been
snooze fest. Well, last week was an eye opener for the Rams defense.
Well, yeah, but I mean from a matchup
Yeah, I hear you.
standpoint. So the Pittsburgh Squealers go on the road to Nash Vegas.
I don't think everyone knows what Deliverance is, but
to take on the Tennessee Two Steps.
They're awful.
I'm going Steelers.
I'm going Steelers. Tennessee's awful.
Steelers all the way.
Yep.
And the second game of the week, we're already anointing this week's Triple Threat Talk Toilet Bowl game of the week.
Kerflush.
Would you stop that?
He doesn't want you to be top down.
The Kansas City Chumps, fans included, go on the road against the Tampa Bay
Watch your Buccaneers.
I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks. The Chumps are, well, this is a tough one because are they going to start Brady Quinn?
Doesn't matter.
I still like the Bucks. When they start Brady Quinn, I think this team starts to improve a little bit, but I like the Bucks.
The Indianapolis...
Whoa, whoa.
What? I'm sorry, Bucks. Bucks.
Buck.
The Indianapolis Lux go on the road to the Meadowlands. Do they ever leave home? I don't think so. To the New York Crop Dusters.
I'm taking the Colts. The Jets look abysmal.
The Jets have no offense. Rex Ryan, put in Timothy Richard Tebow.
I like where you played the role of his mother.
Until you do that, you're not going to win another game because Sanchez can't play anymore. I like the Colts.
Sanchez is done.
Colts. In a battle in the Buckeye State, the Cincinnati Bungles go on the road to the Cleveland Clowns.
Cleveland, for the first time, got embarrassed last week. They were not in the game, but
you played the Giants.
I look for them. Yeah, they did play the Giants. I do look for them to be in this one.
Yeah.
I do not look for them to win. I'm going Bengals.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think this game is going to be close. I said the Bengals win by like 3 points, but I like the Bengals.
I like the Bungles. The Detroit Cowardly Lions, and they've played like cowards this season, go on the road to take on the Philadelphia Beagles.
Here's the deal. I don't trust either of these offenses, especially when an Eagles team cannot figure out one simple fact. You play LaShawn McCoy,
you win.
You win.
Let's do a little game here, okay? Let's do a little game for the guys at home.
All right.
They use LaShawn McCoy a lot, and they beat the Giants.
Oh my gosh!
They don't use LaShawn McCoy against us. What happens?
Did they lose?
They lost!
Oh my gosh!
Wake up!
It's amazing. Use LaShawn McCoy, you lose. I don't trust either one of you. You win. I don't trust either of these offenses, but when it comes to defenses, I trust the Eagles just a little bit more. I'm going with the Eagles.
Again, who said on the football special lines we're going to struggle? Thank you. Madden curse affects everyone, team included. I like the Eagles.
I don't like them, but I'll pick them. I'm picking the Eagles.
Yeah.
The
possible wallop of the week.
Yeah, it could be the Wallop.
Could be the Wallop.
Could be. Could be. The Oakland Onos.
I hate that name.
Go on the road.
Awful.
To the Georgia Dome, home of Randy Royal with cheese, to take on the Atlanta Falcons.
They're not Falcons right now.
I'm going Falcons.
I like this Atlanta team. I pick Atlanta all day.
I think I was a year early on my pick last year with the Falcons, and they're proving it to me this year. I picked the Falcons.
But I will put in there.
They haven't played anybody. You're right.
They really haven't played anybody.
That's for the Texans too.
The St. Louis Lambs.
They're good now. I'm telling you.
Go on the road
They're tough.
to the home of WrestleMania 28.
Like that matters.
To take on the Miami Tannafins.
That's the past.
You know what? We all thought this Ram teams would be abysmal.
We are who they thought they were.
Well, no, I think I can sort of recall that during Football Social we said they'd be better with Jeff Fisher.
Oh yeah,
I think they'd be this good, but I think they're better. So.
But they've made believers out of me. I think for the first time this year, I'm picking the Rams.
I like this Rams defense. I don't trust Bradford because let's get this straight though. They won that game because of their defense against the Cardinals. Bradford didn't play that great. He had one good touchdown, that was about it. And their kicker booted some kicks. That kicker, if he's on your fantasy team, get him now. But this Rams defense is very good. I like the Rams.
I like the Lambs. Because the Dolphins can sometimes just be bad.
Wow. Use more Reggie Bush.
The Dallas Cowgirls go on the road a few miles south of our nation's capital to take on the Baltimore Ratbirds.
My dad and I got to talking. Speaking of this,
he's gonna spin us a yarn.
We got to talking one day, and even though I'm a diehard San Francisco 49ers fan, my dad's a Steelers fan. Believe it or not.
That's a.
We were talking. We're gonna go watch a game in Baltimore because the stadium is amazing.
That's a bad idea.
The stadium's amazing, and B, we have heard several people tell us that it is the home of the best crab cakes you will ever eat in your life.
Maryland, yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna go take a trip, and as I salute the city of Baltimore, I'm picking their team this week against the Cowboys.
Although the Ravens didn't look too impressive against the Chiefs, the Cowboys looked even worse on Monday night against the Bears. I like the Ravens.
I like the Ravens to win.
Call it the Raven. Nevermore. Moving on.
The Buffalo Jills.
I hate that name.
Go on the road to the site of WrestleMania 26.
Who cares? Past is past. Just like Timon says in the Lion King, to put the past behind you.
The Arizona Fighting Fitzgeralds.
I'm
fighting so much last week.
I'm picking the Fitzgeralds.
I'm glad the Bills spent so much of their own money on Murray Williams because he's working out so well.
Oh, for sure. Best pickup of
money well spent. I like the Cardinals here.
I like the Cardinals.
Fitzgerald, play harder. Come on.
All right, this game here might be a toughie. This is going to be a toughie, I think.
Yeah,
you have the number one defense at home against the number one offense.
Mm-hmm.
The New England Unpatriotics go on the road.
Who's got the number one defense?
The Seattle Seahawks.
It's not according to ESPN.
NFL.com says the number one defense.
ESPN says 49ers are all around.
Seattle's number one defense.
Okay.
Against the Seattle Seafails.
We're not going to confirm that, but I do like Seattle at home, especially with the Patriots defense or offense that has. Yeah, the last couple weeks they played well and got the ball to who they need to.
Yeah.
But they are still not using Rob Gronkowski, and that scares me when they go into this defense. It is a good defense. To me, though, the top three are actually. I would even say that ESPN is wrong, and give the best defense right now to the Bears, who've scored 5 defensive touchdowns the last 2 weeks.
Who they play?
That's pretty good. It's still hard to score a defensive touchdown. It doesn't matter.
Who they play?
But I would say the Bears first, the 49ers second, followed by the Seahawks. But when you're facing this defense, you have got to get the ball to Rob Gronkowski. You have got to. The kid is a beast. They're not going to do that, though, because for some reason they're against right now using Gronkowski. And for that, I picked the Seahawks.
I think the reason the Patriots are struggling is because, like I said, they're used to that 2 tight end set.
Right,
They don't
they're
have
used to it. But they've had enough time to adapt.
Right.
And the first week they were without Aaron Hernandez. I get that.
Yeah.
I completely understand them losing that game to Arizona.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them that one. But since then, they have not used the one great tight end they have to the extent that
One of
they
the best
should.
in the NFL.
He's got one game the last 3 with over 100 yards and one game the last 3 with a touchdown. That's pathetic.
Yeah, that is bad. And I'm surprised. This is a team that last week they've run the ball more recently than I've seen them run in the past couple of years in that offense. They're running that ball pretty well. But I don't think you run the ball this well on this defense, especially playing at home. And I'm going to say this. I'm picking Seattle because it's the home factor and the defense is fun. But I'm going to say this right now. Pete, please, do not throw Russell Wilson in there against the Patriots. He played okay against Carolina. I like Russell Wilson. He's a nice kid. He is the future of this franchise. I completely get that. But I said to him earlier, Griffin was ready to start day 1. Luck was ready to start day 1. Wilson's not ready. He's too young. He's too inexperienced. I like Russell Wilson as the future of the franchise. I get that. But I think Flynn needs to start soon because he's not playing great football. The defense, outstanding. Lynch, outstanding. Wilson's not playing outstanding. So you got to make a change or you're going to get destroyed. But I think they win this game though because they're at home.
Bill Belichick needs to not let personal vendettas or personal things get in the way. And that was proven this past week. We all know Wes Welker wants the big time money. We all know that the Patriots got him to sign the franchise tag for $9 million.
Yeah.
Belichick, being the smart football guy that he knows that Welker wants to play for the big contract. So what's he do? He benches them for 2 games. What do?
Ridiculous.
They lose them both. What do they do this week? They center the offense around Welker. What's he do? 13 catches, a touchdown, 100 and something
It's
yards.
no big deal. It happens all the time.
And they win. Hello. That should tell you something, Belichick. Leave your personal crap at the front door. Play the guys that play the game, and you will succeed. And that's why I think the Patriots will win on Sunday.
Gonna be a good game though, absolutely. Rematch, NFC Championship time.
The NFC Championship rematch. Same location.
Same teams.
Same 2 teams.
And the spotlight still on them as it is America's late game of the week on Fox.
It'd be the 4:25 kickoff.
To be precise.
The New York Football Gargantuans go on the road against the Failsco 49.
Really? The number one team.
Wait. Let's go back in time a little bit. We picked a couple weeks ago, and you said we were calling San Francisco 49ers until they lose the game. They lost to the Vikings, and you agreed with it. So,
all right.
Yep, you did agree. It was you agreed. So, Doc, it's your team, your squad. Lead them off.
You know, going back a couple weeks, if the Giants have not been playing as bad as they were, I was actually surprisingly going to pick the Giants to win this game. I really was. I still think Victor Cruz has a great game.
Threw him all day last week.
Yeah. I still think he has another great game, fantastic game. But Michael Crabtree really lit up the field. This whole offense, not just Crabtree, but centered around Crabtree with the 49ers, really lit up the field. There was just no stopping Frank Gore. I mean, I know that they played the Bills, but seriously, they just played amazing football. Yeah. They've really gotten it in gear after their loss to the Vikings, and that is why I am picking the 49ers this week.
Originally, I was going to pick the Giants. I was going to pick the Giants. I was going to say same outcome as the NFC, but something ended in my head.
Really, a fumbled kickoff, and then
the Niners win this game because of special teams. I think Ted Ginn Jr. opens up this game for them, and they win because of him. I picked the Niners. Pondering.
Christian pondering.
It's a coin flip. You can flip a coin literally at this point.
Heads you live, tails you die.
Yes, it's to that point. This is a very, very tough game. I would not be surprised if either team won, obviously.
Duh.
But the fact that the 49ers lost to them at home in the NFC title game last year, and they're playing just as good, if not better, than last year, and they're at home again, I think the 49ers have the advantage.
And when we get back after this, we will continue pick'ems.
Fast forward, rewind. Fast forward, rewind. That's called a juke. I know your eyes are closed, but really you should look at this. Fast forward, rewind. Right there. Wait, let me slow it down. Ooh, I missed the tackle. Here. It almost looks better from back here. That is convincing. I mean, you're crying.
Madden NFL 13, rated E for everyone. A new look, a new feel, a new way to Madden forever. EA Sports, it's in the game.
And welcome back to Triple Threat Talk. Bigby alongside the Doctor and Postmaster Jones. We were about to finish Pick'ems, so let's get back to it.
The Minnesota Christian Ponders.
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm going to requisition a name change. The Minnesota Percy Harvins. There's no doubt about that.
We'll just call them the Vikings.
We could call them the
Go
Vikings.
on the road to our nation's capital to take on the Washington Potato Skins.
They could, to paraphrase you all, they could be playing on the moon. They could be playing anywhere. Yeah, RG3 is tough, but he just got injured. We don't know how that's going to affect him. He's going to play. Well, he's questionable. He is officially questionable.
Chances he'll play, yeah.
I believe that it'll be a good game. With the way the Vikings are clicking on all cylinders. Percy Harvin, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson, there's no stopping him. Christian Ponder is coming alive as we see him. The Redskins are without their top defensive guy and Brian Arakpo.
Yeah, they need him back.
If they had him, I might consider his brute strength getting in because the O-line of the Vikings, it's average.
Yeah, and you hit Peterson hard enough, he's going to fumble that ball.
He's going to fumble that ball, but I just don't think they have the defensive strength right now, and I think that offense is just amazing. I'm picking the Vikings.
I mean, let's be honest here. No one was impressed with Minnesota once beating the Titans. That's not impressive. I'm sorry. Tennessee's not that good of a team. So, and I said this before. I think if Griffin were in that game in Atlanta, they would have won that game. They would have beaten the Falcons because Griffin has that factor. I think he's back this week. He's going to play. But I think he's going to be a little shaken up. I think the first concussion of his career is going to be phasing him, and I think he's going to maybe make more mistakes. He's going to be the thing about Griffin here is he's a running quarterback, and he can throw the football too. But I think him getting hit last week, he's going to be a little more cautious, and he's not going to be able to utilize his legs as much, so that's why I picked Minnesota. Griffin's going to play, but he's not going to be utilized to 400%. Maybe next week he'll be back to 100%, but I like the Vikings in this one.
We all picked the Vikings.
Shocker.
The
Sunday night
football game of the week. When you saw the schedule, you're thinking that's going to be a pretty awesome matchup between two awesome teams. Well,
now it's not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. The Green Bay Slackers go on the road to take on the Houston Longhorns.
I'm going Texans. I like them.
Packers, where are you? MVP last year. Where is he? 15-1. Where are they? Texans win.
Now this is when you can say they could be playing in Houston. They could be playing in Green Bay. They could be playing on the moon. The Texans win, and I don't even think it'll be close.
I'll say that about the Jets game.
All right. The Monday Night Football game of the week. A AFC West clash. First place is on the line.
Like it matters now.
Yeah. The Denver Falcons go on the road to San Diego to take on the San Diego Sparklers.
Broncos are mad after a 10-point loss.
You know what? Remember, at one point they were down 31-7.
Right, they were, and you know I like Peyton Manning. I don't like the Chargers defense. Phillip Rivers did look a little bit better than he had been last week. But even then, right now, Phillip Rivers is shaky at best. I maybe see a repeat performance. I don't know. But right now, with so much on the line this early in the season, with the number 1 pick, with the Broncos for sure going to win probably their next couple of games, I'm picking the Broncos.
It's no secret that I'm not a big fan of Philip Rivers. I think he's overrated. I don't think he's that good. He came out the same year as Eli Manning. Look who's more successful out of that draft. I like the Broncos in this game. I don't think the Chargers are very good. They got exposed last week against the Saints. They were up by 10 points and they lost. I like the Broncos in this one. I think the Broncos come out strong.
Peyton Manning can only score so many points.
Defense, step it up.
Defense! Step it up, you're killing me!
You missed him, T.
Jesus, Pete! I mean, come on! The man's nearly perfect against the Patriots. He's like 23 of 28
45
for 3 touchdowns, and you still lose. A quarterback picks up those kind of numbers, you shouldn't lose.
Should win easily.
You give up 31 points. Shut Phillip Rivers down. He's terrible, just like Big B said. He has nobody to throw to.
Gates is all
he doesn't have a running back anymore. It's like a committee.
Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, it's like patchwork by committee. Clobber him. Take advantage of the Monday night spotlight and make it happen. Broncos, let's go.
Before we finish pick'ems, I was going to say about the Texans-Packers game. You say it won't be close. Sometimes when the lights are on, teams step up. But I'm still picking Texans, but I'm just saying.
And before I forget, the Chicago Black Bears, the Jacksonville Jaguars,
yeah, they're fails, I admit
the Carolina Cam Newtons, and the New Orleans Bounty Gates are all off this week having martinis and cigars.
I'll tell you, 2 teams that need a bad week. The Panthers and the Jags. They need to get their things together.
And Son of Sis, we still haven't forgot about your question. We will be addressing it a little later on.
Yes.
Hold.
Yes.
Sit. Just sit tight.
Sit tight. All right, wrestling.
And of course, we begin with OVW as usual.
And we have 2 interviews this week.
We do.
2.
We're gonna run the interview with the guy you talked to first.
No.
Yes. Reason we have a reason behind that.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna go with his second, but that's okay.
Because we got to go over Homecoming for the second interview to make sense.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Right?
That's fine.
Not really.
Well, you weren't there for the interview.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
So our first interview, the doctor conducted an interview with
Mr. VIP Joe Rosa. Check it out. What's up, Triple Threat Talk fans? This is the Doctor coming to you live at the Davis Arena. It is your pleasure to be viewing our program with me, and it is my pleasure to have this man to the side of me, one Mr. VIP, Joe Rosa. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for the introduction. How are you today?
I cannot complain, especially when I sit next to greatness such as yourself.
It is a privilege.
It's very much a privilege. My question to you is this. Among other things, tonight, you have one Mr. Johnny Spade. Do you got any words? I can imagine that you have some words for Mr. Spade.
Johnny Spade. Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't have words for Johnny Spade. I don't care about Johnny Spade. I don't care about anybody else in Ohio Valley Wrestling. To make that clear right now, I care about one thing: money. I care about fame. I care about fortune. I care about women. And I got it all. And now that I'm here, it's a chance for Mr. VIP to reestablish himself. Granted, we're in the podunks of Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. High life, flat life, apartments, money, booze, anything you want. I got it. Come visit me sometime.
I would love to visit you. I played in the World Series of Poker out there. You're right. It is very lavish lifestyle.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing stuff. And you are right. We're right here in the bowels of the podunk of Louisville, Kentucky. I know that you're new to the area, and we are glad to have you here. But
it's disgusting. It's honestly disgusting.
Well, when you have greatness such as yourself here, it kind of makes it bearable. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
There you go.
Greatness is the word.
Now, let me ask you this. When it comes down to it, what are your goals for here at OVW? You just clearly stated that you care about nobody in the locker room. You care about the 3 things every man should care about. Wealth, money, power. Now, what are your goals while you are here at OVW? Besides getting past, obviously, today, one Mr. Screw Johnny Spade.
Again, screw Johnny Spade. Mr. Louisville, Kentucky hometown hero. I don't care if he's pumped. I don't care if he's nervous. I don't care if he's depressed. We'll get in the ring. We'll see what happens with Johnny Spade. At least in my words. But anyways, goals OVW. Who doesn't want to hold championships? I do. Who doesn't want to be a superstar? I do. But again, all those things are material. The more money I got, the better I am. The more money I got, the more girls I get. And the more money I got, I don't need to earn respect. It just comes to me. So my goal here is simply to get richer and to get famous. And we're already this close, and I just started. But tonight on TV, we'll get that much closer. And each and every week in front of all these trash balls we see every day, they'll start worshiping me, and I'll just go with the flow. They're gonna want to beat me every week, and I'm just gonna laugh in their face and say, you can never step to VIP.
And you know what? I completely agree with every word you just said.
Thanks, man. I mean, I don't know why you would. Only an idiot wouldn't agree with that.
That's very true words. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a show tonight at the Davis Arena as one Mr. VIP Joe Rosa knocks your socks off, not because he wants to, but because he has to get through. Like he said, he doesn't care. Smooth Johnny Spade. It's about the money. It's about the power. It's about the respect.
I don't even need respect. I'll just take everything else.
You just take everything else. That's cool.
And the girls. Those are always fun.
Hey, those are fun.
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Good guy.
He's a good guy. I like him.
You would.
I like him. He's my kind of guy.
He made me sick to my stomach. Including these great people of the state of Kentucky made me sick to my stomach.
He's my kind of guy. I like this guy. Up and coming. Didn't fare so well tonight against a very mad Johnny Spade. But when anger pents up a little bit, I don't condone anybody losing.
Yeah.
I don't second guess anybody losing because anything can happen.
But you'll see. I don't know if you're going to see it on the show because it depends on what they show. But we all hope he's hope he's okay. His head might have bounced the mat when Spade speared him. You'll see the match tomorrow or Saturday, whenever you watch it. Hope Joe's okay. Look like he took a bit of a spooze outside the ring for a little while, so hope he's recovering very nicely. So,
but SNS was apparently very good.
We ran out of town. We were prepared for homecoming.
Yeah, Cliff Compton got the win.
Over Sylvia.
Yeah.
No, Sylvia won.
Sylvia won. What else?
The best team ever defeated the Mobile Homers to retain the tag team titles. Alex Silva defeated Randy Royal with Cheese to retain the TV title.
Josette
Bynum beat Heidi in a non-title match.
Non-title, of course.
Sam Shaw won a Battle Royale to become the #1 contender for the TV championship.
Right.
And I figured with what was going on coming up, I didn't figure that the title would be on the line in Saturday Night Special. That's why I said I thought they were up to something. I knew there was going to be a scheduling conflict.
Rob wasn't there.
Yeah, so that's why the previous weeks I've been saying I don't think that there was going to be a title match, but it kind of seemed like they might still be able to do it, but it turned out they didn't.
Right, scheduling conflict.
And Sylvia Compton in the steel cage was the main event, so that was very good.
Apparently Compton tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
Almost a ceiling jump from the ceiling.
I mean, he does like to go around chanting "Time to die," but
Dominoes.
So a very good show tonight by OVW. Overall, I would maybe give it about a 7. The last match
tonight?
Yeah. Tonight's show.
That's just pretty good.
I thought tonight was really good. I thought tonight was good. You had one, warm
last match kind of worried me a little bit.
It was kind of a throwing together type thing there. It seemed like. But it was good stuff. You can always, check out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm very happy that Joe's on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Check out ovwrestling.com for all your OVW news. Check out thefanadvocate.com for anything that we can't give you, but that Mr. Terry Bodie and Mrs. Cheryl Connolly can. You can check out OVW here locally on channel WKYI 138 on Saturdays at 1 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the EM.
PM.
And if you have access to the internet, which if you're watching this show, you obviously do.
Duh.
You can check out.
I'm gonna insult our viewers.
You can check.
How are you watching this?
We wrestling on Blip TV on Thursday afternoons at around 5:30.
That's evening. What is wrong with you today?
And for those of you that don't have internet access,
view us via
you suck.
View us via telephone. They can tell you what's going on.
Oh God!
Let's go Triple Threat Talk. They don't know what they're talking about.
So
really? Yeah. Cheese and crackers.
First it was you, now it's me. Damn you.
God.
All right, so Homecoming was a packed house.
It was.
As usual.
It's sold out. I gotta point this out. Homecoming sold out, and Saturday Night Special didn't. What's that tell you about Homecoming?
Well, let's be honest here. Let's tell the viewers why.
Spread it out here.
Let's tell the viewers why.
Because of
Well, no. Saturday Night Special, the competitors do not have to sell tickets. A.
Right. One.
They're not required.
Okay, that's one.
B. Homecoming, the students are required to sell tickets. They're given allotments of the tickets, and then they have to sell. They sell as many as they can. Turn. 3. It is booked by somebody other than OVW.
Yes.
Indirectly, but directly. It's booked by Nick Eugene Dinsmore and Rob Conway. I'm sure you've heard of both of those names.
I hope so.
So they have a lot to do with Homecoming. So we'll delve into the show here. There was a total of 8?
9
matches.
Nine. No, there was only 8 matches.
There were 9.
9
matches.
Yes, 9. I can't remember all of them, but
There were 9 matches.
I remember them all from start to finish.
Okay, good.
But no, I wasn't trying to think the amount of matches. I was thinking the amount of graduates. Was it 9?
9 graduates.
Yeah, 9 graduates.
There was 9 wrestlers making their OVW debut this past Sunday. But before they got debuted, there was a couple other warm-up matches. You had a ladder match with Jumping Joel Edmonds and Eric Christopher.
A.K.A. Eric Christopher.
Joel Edmonds wins with the power bomb off the top of the ladder.
That was a good move. I think that saved the match.
Yeah, because
and then the body guy.
Yeah, the body guy came out to try to steal the envelope, but then the assassin who
had a Punisher mask.
Yeah, had a Punisher mask.
Sorry, Bane.
He had a blue mask on.
It was Bane for some
which is
reason.
different.
Bane.
Clothesline the body guy and took the envelope, opened the envelope, and we have a DVD. So they were fighting for a DVD.
There's a mystery prize.
Then we had a tag team match. Sean Conway and S.K. Evasledge, I believe is his name.
Good one.
Against Von Lilas and somebody else. I don't remember
he's
this
been in
guy.
mine.
But anyway, Conway and Evasledge. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize, but I think that's pretty much how it was.
Right.
They picked up the win. In an absolute wallop, an absolute beating.
Oh, whipping,
An
literally.
absolute. Oh, God.
I think Ricky Chevy's dead.
Whipping.
Our good pal Ricky Chevy got his arse kicked by Mr. Trailer Park Trash in a street fight.
And I do like Ricky Chevy. He is a good friend.
I mean,
He kicked the door down, literally.
as Jim Ross said, he got whipped like a government mule.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was
bad.
ugly. It was ugly.
Long shoe ugly.
We had a tag team match featuring 4 of the new superstar recruits. You had Tyler and James versus Tommy and Cannonball.
Cannon fail.
And Tyler and Little.
His name's apparently Tony Hawk instead of Tommy Hawk.
Yeah. Tyler and James pick up the win. And we will wrap up Homecoming.
Befuddled over there.
Yes, you threw me off there. We will wrap up Homecoming, and we will delve into WWE coverage right after this.
Hey, Nick Dinsmore here. Do you have the dream of becoming a pro wrestler? Well, I did, and I came to Ohio Valley Wrestling. Join the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class today. I'm a former WWE superstar. I'm a former 9-time Ohio Valley Wrestling heavyweight champion, and I can train you to be the best today. For all the information regarding the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class, go to ovwrestling.com and click on school. Join the Nick Dinsmore Pro Wrestling class today. ovwrestling.com, click on school.
And welcome back here on Triple Threat Talk. We were delving into Homecoming from this past Sunday at OVW. And as I stated, we had those 4 matches, and then we had a intermission. Intermission's kind of coy. We don't do a whole lot. We can just kind of sit in the back, chill, and wait for it to restart the show. You know, there's really not a lot going on. You know, so coming back from intermission, we had a Divas tag team match.
Divas.
Killer Kayla Marie
and Aleda Ortiz,
the Latin Beast,
teams up to take on 2 of the graduating students, Ninja Nancy and Double EC.
Hummingbird
Emily.
And then you pick up the win.
Ninja Nancy and Emily pick up the win.
And then it was showtime, but since it involved us.
One quick note.
Go ahead.
I think Kayla enjoyed her theme music because she was really raving about it. I mean, like, I don't know if Kayla watched the show, but Kayla, I just couldn't believe how ecstatic you were at your theme song. It was unbelievable. Her grin was from ear to ear. I could not believe it.
So we'll save our match for last.
Yeah, save our match.
But we'll go to the next match after our match was Nick Dinsmore, Eugene, yes.
The main event.
No, it's not the main event.
Co-main
That
event.
one was.
No.
I mean, the Battle Royal,
the
but
main
it was
event.
dark.
No, Battle Royal.
No, Battle Royal is not dark.
I thought they said
No, Battle Royal.
Show us what you know.
They crowned King of Homecoming with Battle Royal. But anyway, so Nick Dinsmore always fights, little known fact, always fights the wrestler that sells the most tickets. And the way homecoming matches work, if it's a singles match, there's a 10-minute time limit. If there is a tag match, it's a 15-minute time limit. They always put a time limit on it. Well, this goes the full 10 minutes. And right at the 10-minute mark, Nick taps out.
You tapped out.
But wait,
there's more.
According to the referee in charge of that match, I believe it was Josh Ashcraft, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was.
I think it was Sharp.
No, because Sharp came in later.
Okay,
Yes.
whatever. That's right. Yeah, he got knocked out. Both of them.
Yes. He said, and I quote, that Nick did not tap out, that the time had expired, and therefore this match was a draw.
Boo.
And so, what did the fans begin to cheer?
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
So, Nick proceeds to get on the mic and say... Nick proceeds to get on the mic and say, why should I give this man 5 more minutes? He went toe-to-toe with a 16-year pro and lasted the whole 10 minutes. What would I gain to do 5 more minutes? And before we give him the conclusion, what would he gain for giving him 5 more minutes?
I gotta agree. I don't.
What would he gain? He's Nick Dinsmore.
But
however, being the man that he is, he said, I won't do it for me, I won't do it for you, but I will do it for you, pointing to the fans.
And then he gets the jump on Umberto. He gets the jump on him, shakes his hand, and clotheslines him for his trouble. Josh Ashcroft gets knocked out. And then Sharpie makes a delayed entrance as Dinsmore is about to hit as Dinsmore covers him. You know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I mean when I say Sharpie makes a delayed entrance. By the time he gets to the ring, we get a kick out, and then
spear,
and then we hit the spear on Dinsmore, and from there that's all she wrote.
Umberto wins, and then he backs it up. Every individual that was in the homecoming card plus more was in the homecoming battle royale. And Umberto wins that as well and is crowned homecoming king.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I'll say this. I mean, you were in the back, but I'll give you a sense. The crowd was electric for Umberto's, not just his match, his winning, the battle royale itself. It was an atmosphere unlike any other that I've seen in Davis Arena for quite some time.
We want to wish him get well soon.
Yes.
He had hip replacement surgery earlier today. Those of you that purchased the DVD, Nick Dinsmore said that, and
it's true.
It's very much true. He had surgery earlier today. He's doing well, from what we understand. And we definitely want to give him our thoughts and prayers and hope for a speedy recovery and get back to ride that former glory. Now, for us, the main event of the evening. It was actually very good. It was a very good spot. I represented Miles Pentecoff, and Jay Lame over here changed his name to Jay Lame.
For this segment.
Blaine. Big
I'm calling
J
you Lame, though. Lame.
Blaine.
But he represented Austin Bradley. I came out first with Miles, and then I kind of insulted the crowd a little bit because it's Kentucky, okay?
You're from Kentucky.
It does doesn't matter.
It matters.
Because I am not what the overall demographic of this state is, and that is toothless, redneck inbreds.
No, you're a rainbow warrior who belongs in Connecticut. That's what you are.
Wow. I think Jay Lane does support you even more. But anyways, he comes out looking like John Travolta's twin brother from Saturday Night Fever.
I thought I looked rather dapper myself.
She was kind of big.
And so did most other people.
She was kind of big on him, but anyway.
Think what you want to think. So anyway,
it was a great match, though.
Getting into the match, first off, some jackwagon decides to choke my guy.
Who was that?
You!
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I was clearly on the other side of the ring when that happened.
Clearly my ass.
I was in the stands, I saw it.
You saw nothing!
I saw something.
You saw nothing.
And
I saw nothing.
Me and all the people are screaming, ref! Ref, he's choking him. And all the while,
Joe Wheeler's blind.
Joe Wheeler's like, wow. And your guys got him distracted.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then, so the match goes on. Your guy's getting plenty of heat. My guy's getting all kinds of pop and love. He's going up to the top, and you decide to grab his leg.
Once again, I did do that. I did do.
Why?
But in my defense,
I
had a reaction to a medication that I was taking.
Oh my god!
That's what happened. That's what happened.
You know, I like that one, but for me, I would have said, you know what? For me, I was just being safety. His boots were untied. I was tying them for him.
So,
take either way.
in turn for grabbing a hold of his legs, he pushes you off the rope.
Yeah, he helped me out with he was helping me with my reaction, and then Jackass over here thought I was trying to make a hostile takedown of his guy, which I was not, and then I get rewarded from a reaction to add insult to injury with my face planted into the side of the ring by John Travolta Jr.
Whoa. To his credit, now you probably didn't see it because you were maybe into that reaction. But to his credit, there was a fly on the ring, which is using it to squash your head.
So my head was the nearest possible fly.
Yes.
In that case, it's okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Flies, we all know flies are annoying, so he has to get rid of it.
So after that, Austin hits the frog splash.
The frog
splash.
Is that what he's doing?
You see what I'm talking about when I insult the people of Kentucky? The frog splash.
No, it's not the frog. The frog. How do you spell that? F-R-O-U? You put that word as friends. This word's not acceptable.
How do you draw that on draw?
I don't know. Frog splash.
There you go.
1, 2, 3. And Austin picks up the win. And you carry your good buddy Miles to the back.
I had to carry him out because he got a little rattled.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Fortunately, he had a little bit of time to recover. Looked good in the battle royal. Did look pretty good in the battle royal.
He got eliminated by my guy again.
Yeah.
You're welcome for that.
Thanks.
Carry on, my wayward son.
So that was OVW. And I'd just like to say, from the bottom of my heart, all serious and all joking aside, I want to send a sincere and deep thank you to one Mr. Nick Dinsmore. You let us into your home for the last 10 weeks.
10 plus weeks.
To film this documentary that we are working on. You allowed us to become a part of the program. You allowed us to do something that, as a wrestling fan since I was 4 years old, I dreamed of doing. And even if it's a one-time deal, I'll have it in memory
DVD.
in the rest of my life, and I'll have it on DVD. And I can always look back on that day, and I just like to say thank you, Nick. It was an absolute pleasure to get to work with you, with that documentary and working with you on the show. And I'd also like to send a sincere thanks to Austin Bradley. It was awesome working with you. Hope to do it again soon. God willing, that'll happen. I want to thank all the guys at OVW that were, supportive to us about us. There was a lot of people, helping us out. Mr. Mo Green for all the sound, sincere advice. Thank you, sir, for that.
Michael Titus.
Yep. Christopher Bolin. A lot of people that, we just don't have the time to name, but I want to thank you personally. That was a dream, and to say I finally did something that I've always wanted to do It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I couldn't really say that any better, but when I first asked Tinsmore if we could do it, I really thought he'd say no, and then the wheels started clicking. Sometimes an idea for a great thing happens with just a question. And in all honesty, I urge every one of our viewers to take that into account, because sometimes you never know the answer. You never get an idea if you don't ask a question first.
Right.
Sometimes a question can truly be the building block of something great.
Right.
And Sunday, in all seriousness, we got to experience something great. It
was awesome.
It was amazing.
I was glad that...
And I was glad to share it with everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
I mean, there was a lot of people there that are normally never there.
Yeah, a lot of people were there.
I mean, his mom and dad were there. My mom and dad were there. Big B, of course, was in attendance, obviously.
Erica,
Stephanie, my wife Stephanie, our good friend Michael, Keith, Alan,
Chris.
my friend Dave, my friend Chris. I mean, the list goes on.
John.
All these people that are normally not there, they came just because.
My friend China brought her whole freaking family. That was amazing.
I mean, it's great. It was great. I mean,
my best friend Mitch showed up. Everybody. I mean,
the way OVW is set up is the locker room is upstairs. And the curtain, it covers the locker room. To look out in that audience while the first couple matches are going, you're seeing all these people, and you see this crowd. I gotta admit, when you're standing there at that curtain and you're waiting for your music, and for that first little bit, your stomach kind of curls up on you a little bit, and you kind of get that feeling of like, oh dear God. But as soon as you hit that curtain, it's like an adrenaline rush. It's like you just chugged 5 Red Bulls and 3 5-hour energies in a 5-second span, because you're just like, holy cow, I've finally done it. I mean, OVW, like you said earlier, is probably the biggest minor league wrestling organization in the United States, bar none. I would agree with that, because I don't consider ROH to be minor league.
No.
So OVW is definitely the highest of the highest when it comes to independent minor league federations. And to say we worked for them, even if it's just for one night only, was absolutely amazing.
Yep, it was pretty good.
So, man, what an awesome show tonight. I mean, you really had them going out there. You had the crowd going. It seems like you electrified this side of the arena, this side of the arena. Looks a little weird out here now that it's all emptied out. The place is a little dulcet. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Homecoming was a great night. It was a great victory, and it was a great experience. But now that it's over, it's time to move on to the next challenge, the next step in my career, which would be starting Trailer Park Trashes class and trying to get myself and build upon what I did at Homecoming and try to become the OVW elite. It was a great match. Had a lot of ups and downs. Me and Miles, we haven't really talked since the match. I'm hoping that, now things are squashed. Maybe we can try to rekindle our friendship, but I don't know. So now I go back to training, continue going, and work my ass off to become the best I can, become the best in OVW, and move on from OVW to bigger and better places. That's everybody's goal, but I feel like with the heart and determination I have and what I showed on Sunday, I will definitely be able to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun being out there with you. It was a blast. Being out there for my first time, coming out the curtain, managing you and what have you. You think a lot of that Miles stuff, like the anger and frustration, I think a lot of that comes from that sidewinding, sneaky manager of his. And he also tried to cost you the match a couple times. So I kind of wonder, is there something that, I took care of business for you there at the end in regards to him, but what are your thoughts on him and his ways, and do you have anything you'd like to say to him personally?
I don't try to let him bother me. He got my throat. You took care of him, of course, but obviously he's a coward, and I don't like to integrate with cowards because they're gonna be the same regardless, And the fact is that if it would have been me and him in the ring, it would have been a lot shorter of a match, and I wouldn't even had to try as hard. So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, man, I'm glad you won. It was good stuff. Congratulations again. Before we go have a little celebratory victory party, I hear the boss in the background just said we got to go grab a broom and start cleaning this place up. I guess that's one of the perks of being a rookie. You got to clean the place up after you're done.
Oh, well, you see, tonight was my graduation. So technically I'm not a rookie, but tonight was your first night, so you have fun with that.
Oh my.
So, and with that, we'll tear back the curtains and go to where the big boys play, WWE.
Alright. So, moving on to Raw. CM Punk interrupted McMahon's State of the Union address. He actually slapped him across the face. We'd not do that to their boss, right? That's not a good idea to do that to your boss because he paid for it later on in the evening. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara defeated the Primetime Players to advance to the finals of the tag team tournament. So they're going to face the team I'm going to explain here in a little bit. For the finals, they're going to face Team Hell No at Hell in a Cell for the titles. Sheamus defeated Wade Barrett.
Hey!
He did.
Stop cheating!
He didn't cheat! Big Show, if you keep reading, Sheamus defeated Wade Barrett via DQ, but the Big Show intends to interfere. And the reason I mention this is because I told him the other day, there's kind of a feud going back and forth between Sheamus and Wade Barrett on Twitter. Could this lead to a future match between the two of them? I say yes.
I hope so.
I say yes.
I think they're recognizing that Wade Barrett is a talented young man and deserves a shot at that title.
Gotta get him back in the main event pool. It's where he belongs. So I think that's a good job. Team Rhodes Scholars, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow defeat Santino Morel and Zack Ryder to advance to the tag tournament. So Team Rhodes Scholar will battle Sin Cara and Mysterio on Raw for the final spot. That's who faces Team Hell No at the House of Pay-Per-View for the titles. And after the match, the band attacks Santino Morel. So someone asked that earlier. This thing with Heath Slater, Mahal, and Max are going to continue. Your answer is yes. So here's the thing. When we come back from break, we're going to discuss this even further. CM Punk fought Mr. McMahon in the main event. If Punk did not fight, he would be fired. Before Punk could put McMahon asleep, with the GTS, Ryback came out and saved McMahon. Punk went into the crowd and McMahon gave Punk an ultimatum. He must either choose Cena or Ryback to fight at Hell in a Cell, or McMahon would choose for him. Punk assaulted a fan in the crowd, and we're going to show you that video and our reactions to it when we come back from break right after this.
Would you like an autograph? I do way more for the fans.
I doubt that very much.
Do you like this hat? Here, it's yours. You can have it.
Take one of my helmets. It's much better than the hat.
What about a ride home? Can I give you a ride home? I mean,
Even better, take my car. Do whatever you want with it.
kidding me? Can you beat that?
I don't think so.
True champions know what fans really want. Mobil 1, the official motor oil of NASCAR. Many champions, many fans. One oil. Mobil 1.
And we are back for probably the last segment of the show. We were about ready to show you all this video.
Okay, so we saw what happens, obviously.
Right. And was that the WWE camera that caught that?
That was cell phone. They wouldn't show that at all.
Okay.
All right. So, initially, you're thinking, what the hell, CM Punk? You never, ever do that. Ever. I don't care. But evidence came out that there were people talking behind him, let's push him down the stairs. Yeah. He was getting punched in the kidney, stuff in the back of the head. Someone said they were trying to take his title, which is worth a lot of money. So CM Punk reacted. He overreacted, like bottom line, you never do that. But I said this before and they agree with me, it's the fault of the WWE security staff. You have to have someone there at all times. Fans could possibly do that. So I think this is why CM Punk's being let off probably with a little bit of yelling at him for doing that. He's not going to get reprimanded as he should because it's partially their fault. You should have security there all the time because fans could possibly do things like that. And I guarantee this incident will increase the security staff more than that because they can't let that happen again.
I mean, talking business here, CM Punk is an investment. He is currently the face of your company. You don't leave your investment out there. I get that he's still with the fans, and quite a few fans still like him. He got up there with a group of fans that didn't really like him. They were punching him. They were threatening. He felt he was in danger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When you are in danger, you react. I don't even fault CM Punk at all. I put this fault clearly on the WWE. There are certain circumstances when usually you never hit a fan, like you said. But when you are in danger, you do what you need to protect yourself. If that means hitting a fan, then you hit your fan.
I was going to say, to a certain point I agree with that, but I think the number one rule for them is you never ever hit a fan, ever. Oh, he apologized for it because he knows he made a mistake.
I don't think he made a mistake at all.
Well, he knows he did.
He was. I don't think the WWE. Who the hell is the WWE to yell at a man for protecting himself?
Well, again, we don't know if he yelled at him or not. I assume that, but
if they did yell at him, shame on the WWE, because you should not. When you feel that you may legitimately be in danger, you react, and you react. It's just like what they say: when police shoot, they shoot to kill.
Yeah. But I think if they didn't yell at him, because they know it's their fault.
Yeah, it's like
they probably said, you know what?
Security got there late.
Yeah, security
was not there at the time. They did show up. I fought the WWE 100% and congratulate you, CM Punk, for doing what you should have done. You were sticking up for yourself.
I agree with that to a certain
Sticking up for yourself.
Yep.
You got anything about that?
I agree. I mean, you can't say any more than that. I mean, it sounds perfect.
So that's for wrestling this week. Anyone have a wild card before I go back? Oh, do you want to?
Idiots of the week first.
Idiot of the week. My idiot of the week. We already explained it earlier.
I think we can do it 3 because I think we've got 3 idiots of the week.
I'm gonna go quick. We'll just run through these.
Triple threat talk. Idiots.
My idiot of the week is the Kansas City Chiefs fans. Yes, I know Matt Castle stinks, but
here you are, Synopsis. Here you are.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. But you never, ever do that. Disrespectful. Gut-wrenchingly awful.
Disgraceful.
The man, this is a sport. This is not a gladiator. This is not gladiators. This is not the times of the gladiators. This is professional football. The guy gets knocked unconscious and you cheer that? How could you live with yourself if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan? I couldn't.
On this very show last year, we got on the Steelers and the despicable behavior of their fans at Heinz Field for doing the same thing when when they drilled Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
This is no different, except this is actually worse, I think.
Yeah, their own team was cheering.
Their own team was cheering.
I completely commend, Eric Linson, the lineman? I completely commend that 110%. How do you feel as a Chiefs player when your own team is cheering you to be hurt? Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah,
how dare you, Kansas City? That stadium is some of the greatest fans in all of the world, and you cheer an injury? Boo to you. Absolutely disgraceful.
Several people have said in the past, and I guarantee that's going to change now, that on your bucket list, if you are a true football fan, you go to Kansas City whenever they have a primetime game.
Arrowhead's rocking.
They said it's Arrowhead Pond or Arrowhead Stadium is amazing.
Arrowhead rocks, yeah.
They say it's one of the best things about watching a football game. But after this, I don't see how you can say it.
It might be the AFC equivalent of CenturyLink Field up in Seattle. It's pretty raucous. So.
Idiot of the week on my end, and I spoke with Postmaster about this, and I think we both agreed on this one. Bobby Valentine for throwing his coaches, his staff, underneath the bus. Bobby Valentine, what you have effectively done is you have ruined the careers potentially of the coaches that work for you and that have worked so hard for you. Yeah, you didn't quite have a great season this year, but you never throw people under the bus like that. You don't answer those questions the way you did. When you say, yeah, I feel the coaches undermine me, yeah, I think they lack professionalism, people hear that, especially publicly. And after you're gone, these people still have to work.
Yeah.
So for that, you are an idiot, Bobby Valentine.
My idiot of the week is NASCAR related.
Ah.
My idiot of the week is Kurt Busch.
Okay.
And as usual, he does act like an idiot more often than not. So he spins out. Okay, it happens, it's racing. So the safety crew comes over to check on him as per protocol. As always, make sure everything's okay. So what does he do? Not only does he nearly collect one of the safety crew members trying to drive away, but he drives all the way around the track without his helmet.
Really?
So not only do you nearly strike a safety worker who's trying to help you, but you refire the car because it's hard to see. It's hard to see by a camera shot, but it looks like the guy still got his hands reaching in the car and he goes taking off. A, you nearly hit the guy, and B, you're not wearing a helmet.
Safety first, Kurt.
Hello. You do realize even at normal pace speed, you're probably still doing 100 miles an hour around Talladega, and no helmet. So sounds like to me we got a triple trifecta, triple threat talk idiot of the week for sure. Definitely
So Kansas City Chiefs fans,
Bobby Valentine.
Sorry, I didn't quite know what we were doing
And
there.
Kurt
Bobby
Busch.
Valentine.
This week's trio of idiots
of the week. Now for the wild card segment.
You have a wild card?
I do not.
Okay, I'm gonna go real quick. I'm gonna go real quick because I know he's got a big one.
Oh.
Alright. So, you like pizza, right? You like pizza?
I like pizza.
You like pizza?
I love pizza.
You like pizza?
Of course.
How would you like pizza for the rest of your life for 30 years?
Sign me up. Let's do it.
Alright, well,
Come over. Let's have pizza.
well, you know what you gotta do?
What do you got?
You gotta go to the town hall in New York City on the 16th of October.
I'm gone.
Okay? You gotta somehow get into the debate.
I don't like politics.
We like pizza.
It's worth it.
You gotta get into the debate between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama.
I don't like either one of them.
And you gotta ask him a question.
blame you.
You gotta ask him a question. Pizza Hut is giving you a pizza for the rest of your life up to 30 years. If you ask Obama or Romney, what do you like in your pizza? Pepperoni or sausage?
What if you ask him cheese or mushroom?
No, pepperoni or sausage.
What about onions or pineapple?
Pepperoni or sausage.
Oh.
So if you live in the New York area and you
What about banana pepper or green pepper?
stop it.
Oh.
If you like pizza and you live in the New York area, give it a shot. Pizza Hut's doing it. Why not go for it? So now we move to a wild card that I've been anticipating all week long. We have about 7 minutes of time. Go for it.
So I'm listening to Mike and Mike.
In the morning
on ESPN, who I'm a fan of them. I like
ESPN Radio.
Yeah, on ESPN Radio, 680 locally, which he showed me a few years ago.
Probably my favorite.
I love listening to him.
Mike and Jim Rome are my two favorites.
Jim Rome 790.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You know how I feel about Jim Rome, but continue.
I like Jason Anderson locally. He's amazing, and he's not a home streamer. Anyways, moving on. Before I get into this, can you cue a certain bit of footage from the football special?
That footage. I absolutely can do that.
I'm going to tell you one thing, and you can write this down.
I don't have a pen.
Percy Harvin is the best up-and-comer ATH in the entire football league, and that includes me comparing him to one of my favorite players currently, Mr. Randall Cobb. I believe that is the thing to watch this year when you're talking the North. And I said it on the show a few weeks ago. I believe that the duel to watch, the duel in opposite cities to watch this year is going to be Percy Harvin versus Randall Cobb. There's going to be a lot of pressure on these two young, outstanding players to go to lead their teams. And I think that Percy Harvin, along with ADP and along with Christian Ponder and Jared Allen as well on the defensive end, I think that these four players are going to lead the Vikings to an incredible season. And I'm not going to say that they're going to win the division, but I'm going to go ahead and say right now that you're going to look at over 800, and I'm going to lock them in at 9-7. Okay. So great. We all know what I said. All right. So there is no disputing what I said.
And remind you, the Vikings are 4-1. Continue.
And currently lead the NFC North. Mm-hmm. So Wednesday, what day was it? I called you. I was so mad. I forgot the day. Monday, they had a guest on Mike and Mike who shared, I'm not going to call him out directly, but he shares a name with a certain Tennessee Titans quarterback. Okay. So now that there's no dispute, and I don't mind that he has his quote-unquote own opinion, but don't steal it directly from me. Do you understand that? I know as well as anybody else that people are watching this show from not all of our 500 viewers each week are honest, good working citizens like Against All Odds, like Son of Sis, like Buck and Five, like Chad Fauster, like Jeffrey Caster. The list goes on. If I missed you, I'm sorry. No disrespect. Just trying to drive a point home. I know that some people are watching us from big corporations. We know we had a couple that we know that contacted us and showed us and told us how good we are. Those people, I don't care. You're letting us know who you are. That's great. You're letting us know that you're watching it, and you're giving us credit at least to our face. But when this man comes on Mike and Mike show and says, I think the best duo to watch so far has been Percy Harvin and Randall Cobb. Thank you. And I think that to my knowledge, nobody else in the industry picked the NFC North champions to be the Minnesota Vikings. Really? Those were both original thoughts. I know as well as everybody else that everybody in this business picked 2 teams to win the NFC North across the board.
Bears and Packers.
The Bears and the Packers. And everybody thought that the best player to watch out of all of them would be Aaron Rodgers. I created
or
Brandon Marshall. I created an entirely original line of thought. And I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I'm not. The point that gets me mad is the fact that somebody took a unique, original thought from me and made it their own, and it comes out to be true. I don't care if you use it. Give me some credit, though. Give us some credit, because you know what? We all 3 are amazing at what we do. And the fact that this show, like extending to my wild card last week, the fact that this show is not on and stuff like Honey Boo Boo is despicable.
Honey Boo Boo.
It's despicable. And the fact that when we do something well, when he tells you who's going to win a tennis tournament before it's over, when he tells you who's going to win the sprint for the cup like he did last year before it's even run, and when I tell you that before the season starts, everybody thought that the worst team in the league or in this division was actually going to be first place like I did, and you take that from us and you don't give us any credit, shame on you.
Yep.
Shame on you. There is no other way to put it. It's ridiculous. It's disrespectful. And that's why I'm not calling you out directly, because I'm not so sure it was you. It was probably one of the people that writes for you, which makes it even worse because you don't even have the guts to say it to your face. Right. I'm challenging anybody on NFL Network, on ESPN, or whatever. I am challenging you. You want to have us on the show, any 3 of us, one of the 3 of us? I'll be cordial. I will be. I will be cordial and respectful, but ask for our opinions to our face. I will be glad to give it to you. You don't have to send your people in and say, you know what, guys? This guy right here had a great thought. Let's make it our own. You don't have to do that. I swear you don't have to do that. So I think you would be helping us, actually, if you did give the credit. You'd probably be helping yourself, too, because it would show that ESPN cares about the little guy in a world where ESPN is known for biases, such as Duke. Everything revolves around Duke, and North Carolina, and Oregon, and the likes. I mean, come on. How about giving 2 local teams a little bit more credit than you already do, right, like UK and U of L? Right. So get your stuff together over there, and maybe, who knows, invite us. But I'm challenging anybody over there to have an NFL-related debate with me, especially. But these 2 guys also know their stuff. He beat both me and Postmaster in Pick'ems this week. So, you know what? We kind of know what we're talking about, just a little bit. So, get your stuff together.
So if you want to like us on Facebook, go to facebook.com/triplethreattalk. You can follow us on Twitter @triplethreattalk. And you can visit our fabulous website, triplethreattalk.com. So Triple Threat Talk, this is Big B.
This is Gary the Dr. Locker.
This is Postmaster Jones.
See everybody, I'm going to go find where a frog is. See everybody.